So today on We Hold the Keys, we've got Jesse Ebner, and I am Brie with Signature Properties, Ebner and Associates. So I know last week we talked about brokerage relationships and the importance of hiring a skilled realtor. Mm-hmm. So I think let's sort of touch on the importance of hiring a marketing agent versus a listing agent. And it's a term that I heard, years ago. But I was like, wow, what a great concept. What would you rather have, a marketing agent or a listing agent? Someone that lists your house or markets your house?
Right, because that really is ultimately the job of a listing agent, is to market the property. And I think we mentioned this a couple weeks ago, but the term listing agent came from when they had a book.
Right.
And you would literally list
good old books.
The house, a magazine of the MLS. It was all on paper. So
I have one in my office if you ever need to borrow it for nostalgia.
Oh yeah, that would be funny. So we're trying to change the language. I mean, it's just so easy for all of us to say listing agent because it's just what has been known. But the truth is,
and it's called a listing contract.
Right.
So I think it's just a term that we've become so accustomed to.
Yeah. So when you list your property, as a listing agent, as a marketing agent, oh boy, see, it's a hard habit to break. But our job is to market the property to the best of our abilities and to the best of the market, and to advise you on what needs to be done to your house to be able to maximize your profit.
Right.
And right now it's really interesting because, well, at least last year too, but we're still seeing it this year, that agents are thinking that the property is going to sell so fast. So why should they spend money, invest any money into taking photography or doing any marketing? Because it's just going to sell really quickly.
Those new iPhone 13s take pretty good photos.
Oh God, it kills me. And it's so frustrating because unfortunately I think that the seller is going to leave money on the table because I saw a stat the other day that was like 75% of home buyers see the property for the first time online. Mm-hmm. And if you don't have like that perfect presentation online,
right,
they're passing you by.
Well, it's a first impression, right?
Yeah,
it's just like when you meet a person out in public, and that first 20 seconds are everything. I mean, and honestly, I've met people where I walk away and in my mind I'm kind of like, they were okay.
Right.
But then sometimes I meet them again and I'm like, wow, they must have just been having a bad day, or wow, I was actually right. And, but it's interesting, and they move on. Or I feel like some agents are so eager to get it on the market, they'll go ahead and get it on the market with just one photo, because per our MLS, that's the only requirement, one photo. But then you're missing that opportunity because you've got one photo out there, everybody already saw it, and they're like, I can't even.
Moved on.
People want to see, especially I feel like, that kitchen and the bathroom. What do the kitchen and the bathroom look like?
Yep.
So I think it's very important. I've told some of the brokers recently, they're like, they really want to get it on the market. I'm like, but what is 1 week to wait to get your photos done and have it done right and put your best foot forward?
Yeah, you have to. I mean, there are some good pictures. Your cell phone can take decent pictures, but you don't have the composition, right?
Because he's cute.
You don't have the composition that a super high-end camera has. That the professional photographer has the eye for it. They have the lighting. They have the editing skills, and it really matters so much. Mm-hmm. And so, if you are thinking about selling your property, it really is important to think about who you hire as your marketing agent,
right? Because
they are going to do so much more for you than just a standard listing agent,
right?
And I can't emphasize this enough, especially in the best seller's market we probably are going to see the rest of our lives, how important it is to maximize on your ability to have the most net proceeds at the end of the day. And that is 100% about who you hire.
Right. And I think also ensuring, because let's face it, I mean, some of these sellers have lived in their homes forever. I mean, it's their pride and joy. It's their family home. It's where they brought their babies home to. And I think it's important to remember that your marketing agent is just ensuring you put the most money in your pockets that you can. And so don't take offense when your marketing agent says, let's depersonalize a little.
Yep.
Let's make the beds. Let's clean off the countertops, because in my opinion, that next buyer that's coming in, you want the buyer to be able to walk in the home or look at the photos and picture themselves living there, not get caught up in who lives there currently or what their hobbies and desires are.
Yeah.
And so,
or what their stuff looks like.
Or what their stuff, right. Because I have shown properties to people and they get consumed with looking at the family photos and looking what's in the refrigerator and, and it's like, wow,
opening the closets.
No.
FYI, this does happen.
Right, right. People look in your drawers, people open your closets, people look in your medicine cabinets, hide your prescriptions. And so I think that's another thing. Your marketing agent is there to help, not to offend you or, make you so.
Right, because that's what we're that's what
That's
we're getting
your-
paid for, and that's why
right.
we're professionals, and that's what you want to hire. I mean, the rule, the 80-20 rule, really applies even in real estate, where 20% of the agents do 80% of the business, and there's a reason for that.
Yep.
So, and we can go on and on about that topic, I'm sure, for many years. But hire
Well,
a
the
marketing
80-20 rule
agent.
applies to everything.
It does. It does. But to wrap up, I think it's really cool to change the language from listing agent to marketing agent, because that's really the reality of where we are.
It is. You don't want somebody to just put a lockbox, throw a sign in the yard, and put it on the MLS.
Yep.
You need all of the other, and like you said, even if it sells in 48 hours, but would it sell in 48 hours if you didn't have all that stuff from the beginning?
Nope.
And like we talked about a couple weeks ago or last week was, oftentimes properties are sitting now for 21 days and people are like, what's wrong with it?
Freaking out, but
Nothing's wrong with it.
Well, especially here because it's May still, so
It
you know,
is.
we don't have a lot of buyers in town. So
I'm hoping that we'll see an influx of listings.
I
What
hope
are
so
your
too.
thoughts on that?
I think we will. It's typical.
It
this
is
time of
typical
year.
this time of
I think
year.
we'll see a lot more marketing
Right.
opportunities come on the market.
And good one. When I was talking to a lender, he's been doing lending, I think 25 years now. And he said the way he has seen the flow of lending and the amount of listings, he was like, we're due for more listings.
Yeah, it's going to happen, and then it'll see a little bit of a market shift. It'll balance the market a little bit, which will be great.